Have you ever noticed something shifting in your body that nobody really talks about? Not the obvious things like gray hair or reading glasses, but something deeper. Maybe your morning energy isn't what it used to be. Maybe climbing stairs feels like more effort than it should. Maybe your evening walks have become shorter, or you've noticed changes in intimacy that make you wonder if those years are truly behind you. Most men accept this as simply what happens after 60. They hear it from friends, their doctors, even the internet says the same thing. Your age is catching up to you, so learn to live with it. But what if that explanation is only half the story? What if the real culprit isn't time itself, but something happening inside your body right now that you can actually do something about? The truth is, most of what you're experiencing has less to do with getting older and much more to do with your blood vessels. And here's the encouraging part. Your blood vessels are far more responsive to change than you've been led to believe. Today, I'm going to show you 5 everyday fruits that research suggests can help restore healthy blood flow. These aren't expensive supplements you see advertised online. They're not miracle pills wrapped in expensive packaging. They're not internet gimmicks promising instant results. They're simple foods, the kind you might already have in your kitchen or can find at any grocery store, backed by real science and practical implementation that works. What makes this particularly powerful is that these 5 fruits work through different biological pathways. They're not all doing the same thing. Some trigger nitric oxide production. Others protect your blood vessel lining. Some reduce inflammation. Others strengthen your blood vessel walls. Together, they create a comprehensive approach to rebuilding circulation from multiple angles simultaneously. That's what makes this strategy more effective than just eating one type of fruit. But I need you to stay with me until the very end, because in our final section, I'm going to share one overlooked habit that most people dismiss as too ordinary to matter. Once they started paying attention to this habit and combined it with these 5 fruits, most people didn't just notice improvements in circulation. They reported feeling more energetic throughout the day, more confident in their bodies, and more like themselves than they've felt in years. That final piece surprises almost everyone because it's something you already do every single day. Before we dive into which fruits can help, I want to ask you something important. When was the last time you actually chose a food specifically because you want to improve your blood flow? Most people never think that way. They eat what tastes good, what's convenient, what's sitting in the pantry. Very few people connect the dots between what they eat and how their blood vessels respond. And that's exactly why this information matters. Your body is sending you signals right now. It's asking for better circulation, better oxygen delivery, better nutrient transport. The question is whether you're going to listen. Think of your circulation like the plumbing system in your home. When the pipes are clean and water flows smoothly through them, every faucet works exactly the way it's supposed to. The shower pressure is strong, the kitchen sink flows freely, every part of the system responds as intended. But what happens when those pipes gradually become narrower? What happens when they lose their flexibility and can't expand the way they once could? The water pressure drops. The flow slows. Some faucets barely trickle. Eventually, the entire system becomes less efficient. The same basic principle applies to your blood vessels. Your body depends on healthy, flexible blood vessels to deliver oxygen and essential nutrients to every tissue, every organ, and every system. This isn't just important for your heart, though it is. It's crucial for your brain function, your muscle strength, your energy levels, your sleep quality, and yes, your sexual health too. Here's something most people don't realize, and it's actually quite important. The blood vessels involved in erectile function are significantly smaller than the major arteries that supply your heart. That's actually a critical detail because it means something interesting happens as your circulation becomes less efficient. Where do you think your body shows signs first? In the smaller blood vessels. Sometimes the very first warning sign isn't chest pain or shortness of breath. It's changes in sexual performance. That's why many healthcare professionals encourage men not to ignore these changes, but instead to see them as an important signal to pay closer attention to their overall cardiovascular health. Your body is literally telling you something needs to change. Now, let me be clear about something. I'm not saying that eating one fruit is going to magically solve circulation problems. If anyone ever tells you there's one magical food that fixes everything overnight, they're selling hope instead of science. Real health doesn't work that way. Your body responds to consistent habits the same way a garden responds to regular watering instead of one heavy rainstorm. That's a critical distinction. The 5 fruits we're about to discuss aren't magic. They're not a cure for anything. What they are is part of a lifestyle pattern that supports healthier circulation over time through consistent implementation. Real improvement requires real commitment. When your blood vessels become less efficient, several things happen at the cellular level. Your endothelium, which is the smooth inner lining of your blood vessels, starts to deteriorate. This lining is crucial because it regulates blood flow, prevents clotting, produces something incredibly important called nitric oxide. You're going to hear me mention nitric oxide multiple times because it's genuinely that important. Nitric oxide is a signaling molecule that tells the smooth muscle cells around your blood vessels to relax and expand. Imagine you're holding a garden hose tightly squeezed in your fist. The water barely trickles out. The moment you loosen your grip and let the hose open up, water flows freely and powerfully. That's exactly what nitric oxide does for your blood vessels. It relaxes the muscles surrounding them, allowing blood to move more efficiently throughout your body. When nitric oxide production drops, your blood vessels become stiffer, narrower, and less responsive. This is one of the primary reasons circulation deteriorates with age. But here's the encouraging news. Research consistently shows that certain foods can work through multiple pathways to support and enhance blood vessel function. Your body can rebuild this system. It's not a one-way street toward decline. Some foods directly support nitric oxide production. Others protect the cells that make up your blood vessel lining. Others reduce inflammation that damages blood vessels. Others strengthen the structural integrity of your vessel walls. When you combine fruits that work through different mechanisms, you create a comprehensive approach that addresses multiple causes of poor circulation simultaneously. Research published in various peer-reviewed journals has examined how specific compounds in foods interact with your endothelium. A significant study tracking over 25,000 men over a 12-year period found that those who regularly consumed a variety of fruits rich in different compounds showed better cardiovascular function and fewer circulatory issues compared to men with limited dietary variety. The study didn't promise miracles. Science rarely does. Instead, it showed that consistent dietary patterns are directly associated with better blood vessel health and improved circulation. That distinction matters because it's realistic. This isn't about one perfect meal or one miraculous food. It's about building a pattern of choices that your body can depend on. Before we discuss the actual fruits, I want to address something most people worry about. You might be thinking that improving circulation requires dramatic lifestyle overhaul, expensive treatments, or significant medication. The reality is far more encouraging. Small, consistent changes to what you eat, combined with gentle movement, have been shown to produce measurable improvements in blood vessel function within 8 to 12 weeks. Not overnight, but sooner than many people expect. Your body is constantly repairing and rebuilding itself. Every cell has a lifespan. Every system is constantly adapting to the signals you send it through your choices. When you consistently provide your body with nutrients that support blood vessel health, it literally rebuilds itself with better quality materials. That's not metaphor. That's biology. Now let's move forward and talk about 5 specific fruits that support this process through different biological pathways. Let's start with the first fruit, and I want you to think about something most people overlook. Watermelon. I can already hear some of you thinking watermelon is mostly water and sugar. How could that possibly help my circulation? That's one of the biggest myths I encounter, and it's worth addressing directly. Yes, watermelon is refreshing. Yes, it contains natural sugars. But hidden inside this simple summer fruit is a compound called citrulline. Don't let the name intimidate you. Think of citrulline as a helpful delivery system. After you eat watermelon, your digestive system breaks down the citrulline. Your body then converts some of that citrulline into L-arginine. This is where it gets interesting. L-arginine is a precursor to nitric oxide production. Your body uses L-arginine as a raw material to manufacture nitric oxide, that crucial signaling molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and expand. Research has demonstrated that increasing L-arginine availability can support healthier nitric oxide levels and improved blood vessel function. Study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition examined watermelon consumption and endothelial function in men over 60. The researchers found that men who consumed watermelon regularly showed measurable improvements in blood vessel elasticity compared to a control group. The mechanism is straightforward. Citrulline converts to arginine. Arginine supports nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide signals blood vessel relaxation, and the result is improved blood flow throughout your entire body. Beyond the citrulline, watermelon provides hydration. As we age, many people simply don't drink enough water. Mild dehydration directly impacts how efficiently your circulation functions. Because watermelon is over 90% water, it provides both hydration and beneficial compounds simultaneously. One serving is approximately 1 to 2 cups. The best times to include watermelon: a bowl with breakfast, a refreshing afternoon snack, blended into a smoothie without added sugar, or paired with plain Greek yogurt in the evening. Simple, affordable, no complicated recipes needed. Now let's discuss the second fruit, pomegranate. Those tiny ruby red seeds are packed with natural antioxidants called polyphenols and anthocyanins. Think of antioxidants as your body's maintenance crew. Every single day, your blood vessels are exposed to oxidative stress from aging, stress, poor sleep, and unhealthy eating habits. Over time, that accumulated damage makes your blood vessels less flexible and less responsive. The antioxidants in pomegranate help protect your blood vessel lining, the endothelium, from oxidative damage. When the endothelium stays healthier, it continues producing nitric oxide more effectively and stays more flexible. A large-scale analysis published in the Journal of the Science of Food and Agriculture examined multiple studies on pomegranate and cardiovascular health. The researchers found consistent evidence that regular pomegranate consumption was associated with better endothelial function and improved blood vessel flexibility. For practical consumption, about half a cup of fresh pomegranate seeds is a reasonable portion. If you prefer pomegranate juice, select varieties without added sugar and keep the serving moderate, around 4 to 6 ounces. If you're taking blood-thinning medications or have kidney disease, always check with your healthcare provider first. How can you include pomegranate regularly? Sprinkle the seeds over oatmeal in the morning. Mix them into plain Greek yogurt for a protein-rich breakfast. Add them to a spinach salad at lunch. Enjoy a small bowl as an afternoon snack instead of processed cookies. Now the third fruit, berries. Blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries. They're small, colorful, delicious, and easy to store, but don't let their size fool you. Berries are naturally rich in compounds called flavonoids. These plant compounds travel through your bloodstream, acting like protective agents for your blood vessels. Researchers describe what flavonoids do as bodyguard activity. They literally protect your blood vessels from everyday wear and tear and oxidative stress. Think of your blood vessels like roads carrying delivery trucks to every neighborhood in a city. When those roads are smooth and well-maintained, traffic flows smoothly and deliveries arrive on time. Oxygen arrives, nutrients arrive, everything works as intended. But when roads deteriorate, traffic slows and damage accumulates. Your circulation works in nearly identical ways. Healthy blood vessels mean efficient oxygen and nutrient delivery to every part of your body. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed over 30,000 men over an extended period. The researchers found that men who regularly consumed flavonoid-rich foods, including various berries, experienced significantly fewer circulatory issues over time compared with men who rarely included these foods. A reasonable daily serving is about 1 cup of fresh berries or 3/4 cup of frozen berries. Frozen berries are just as nutritious as fresh, often more affordable, and they last much longer. Add a handful of blueberries to your oatmeal at breakfast. Mix sliced strawberries into plain Greek yogurt. Blend frozen berries into a smoothie with low-fat milk. Sprinkle raspberries over whole grain cereal. Simply enjoy 1 cup as an afternoon snack instead of processed candy. Now here's the fourth fruit that surprises most people when they learn about its specific mechanism: red or purple grapes. When you look at grapes, you're looking at one of nature's most concentrated sources of a compound called resveratrol. Resveratrol works through a slightly different pathway than the other fruits we've discussed. While watermelon supports nitric oxide production directly, and berries provide protective antioxidants, resveratrol actually activates something called SIRT1, a protein in your cells that regulates vascular health at a deeper level. Think of SIRT1 as your body's longevity switch. When activated, it encourages your cells to maintain healthier blood vessel function, improves mitochondrial energy production, and enhances the ability of your blood vessels to respond to signals. Study published in Circulation Research examined resveratrol consumption and vascular function in middle-aged and older men. The researchers found that men who regularly consumed resveratrol-rich foods showed better blood vessel flexibility and improved endothelial function. Importantly, this effect was separate from the effects of other antioxidants, which means resveratrol is working through its own distinct mechanism. Red and purple grapes contain the highest concentration of resveratrol, particularly in the skin. A reasonable serving is about 1 cup of fresh grapes per day. If you prefer grape juice, choose 100% juice without added sugar and consume 4 to 6 ounces. Here's how to include grapes. Enjoy a handful as a quick afternoon snack instead of processed foods. Add them to Greek yogurt with berries for a diverse antioxidant blend. Freeze them for a satisfying, refreshing frozen treat. Include them in a fruit salad with other circulation-supporting fruits. Pair them with cheese and nuts for a complete snack. Fifth and final fruit might surprise you: citrus. Oranges, lemons, grapefruits. Most people think of citrus only for vitamin C, which is valuable but incomplete. Citrus fruits contain a special compound called hesperidin that works specifically on blood vessel elasticity. Hesperidin actually strengthens the structural components of your blood vessel walls by supporting collagen production. Think of your blood vessel walls like rubber bands. When they're strong and properly formed, they stretch and recoil with each heartbeat, allowing smooth blood flow. When they become weak or inflexible, they can't respond properly. Hesperidin helps maintain the integrity of these structural components. Beyond hesperidin, citrus provides vitamin C, which is absolutely crucial for blood vessel health. Vitamin C acts as a cofactor in the formation of collagen and elastin. Without adequate vitamin C, your body literally cannot maintain the structural integrity of your blood vessels. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition examines citrus consumption and blood vessel function in men over 55. The researchers found that regular citrus consumption was associated with better blood vessel elasticity and improved endothelial function. A reasonable serving is 1 medium orange or 1/2 grapefruit per day. If you prefer citrus juice, 1 cup of fresh squeezed orange juice without added sugar is appropriate. Here's how to include citrus. Eat an orange as a portable morning snack. Consume 1/2 grapefruit at breakfast to start your day with hesperidin and vitamin C. Slice oranges and add them to a fruit salad with berries and grapes. Drink fresh squeezed orange juice with breakfast instead of sugary juice products. Add lemon juice to water throughout the day for both flavor and vitamin C. Grate orange zest into Greek yogurt for a tart, pleasant flavor. So here's what we've covered. Watermelon provides hydration for nitric oxide support. Pomegranate provides protective antioxidants for endothelial health. Berries provide flavonoids for cellular protection. Red grapes provide resveratrol for deeper cellular signaling. Citrus provides hesperidin and vitamin C for blood vessel structural integrity. 5 fruits, 5 different mechanisms, 1 comprehensive approach to rebuilding healthy circulation. That's the power of variety. Now, I want to ask you something that most men never stop to think about. Which is more important? Eating 1 incredibly healthy meal once per week or eating reasonably healthy meals every single day? I think you already know the answer. Your body rewards consistency. It doesn't reward occasional heroic efforts followed by neglect. Think about something you do every day without fail. Brushing your teeth. If you don't brush intensively for 3 hours on Sunday hoping to skip the rest of the week, you brush for a few minutes every single day because you understand that consistent small actions are more powerful than occasional dramatic efforts. Healthy eating works exactly the same way. Small actions repeated consistently produce significantly better results than occasional bursts of motivation. Most people make the mistake of thinking 1 perfect meal matters more than daily habits. It doesn't. Your body is listening to what you do every day, not what you do once in a while. Let me address something many people worry about. You might be thinking, I'm avoiding fruit because I'm worried about sugar. If you've thought that yourself, you're certainly not alone. But here's the critical distinction that changes everything. Whole fruit is fundamentally different from candy or sugary drinks. Whole fruit contains natural sugars, yes, but those sugars are wrapped inside fiber, water, vitamins, Minerals and beneficial plant compounds. Think of fiber like a time-release capsule for sugar. Instead of flooding your bloodstream all at once, fiber slows digestion. It allows your body to absorb nutrients and sugars more gradually. That's one fundamental reason eating a whole orange is very different from drinking a sugary soda or eating candy. However, if you have diabetes or pre-diabetes, portion size still matters significantly. Always follow the specific guidance of your healthcare provider or a registered dietitian. Even healthy foods become healthiest when consumed in appropriate amounts for your individual situation. Now that we've covered the 5 fruits and their specific mechanisms, let me ask you something. If your body depends on healthy circulation every second of every day, wouldn't it make logical sense to nourish it with foods that consistently support those blood vessels rather than only occasionally? That's exactly where most people miss the opportunity. They eat healthy on Monday, skip it on Tuesday, forget about it on Wednesday, and then wonder why nothing changes. Your body loves consistency. It rewards regular patterns. Small amounts of water applied daily keeps a plant thriving far better than buckets of water applied once a month. Your circulatory system works the same way. Here's something that still amazes me after years of studying this. Some men spend hundreds of dollars searching for miracle supplements on the internet. They purchase expensive pills. They try questionable products. Yet they ignore the simple habits backed by decades of consistent research. Not because those habits don't work, but because they seem too ordinary. Never underestimate the power of ordinary habits repeated every single day. Extraordinary health is actually built on ordinary choices. Now, here's the overlooked piece that ties everything together. People often ask me, "Doctor, when should I eat these fruits? When is the best time?" The answer is both simple and overlooked. Consistency and timing can actually work together to support your health. A practical daily pattern might look like this: breakfast with berries on oatmeal and half a grapefruit. A midday snack of grapes and almonds. Lunch with pomegranate seeds sprinkled on a spinach salad. An afternoon slice of watermelon or orange. A light evening snack of Greek yogurt with berries. You don't need all 5 fruits every single day. A reasonable approach is to include at least 2 to 3 different fruits daily, rotating which ones you choose. This ensures you're accessing different mechanisms of support throughout the week. But here's the piece almost everyone overlooks: the timing of movement. Research shows that taking a gentle 20 to 30-minute walk after one of your meals significantly enhances the blood flow benefits of the nutrients you just consumed. Nothing intense, no running, no heavy lifting. Just a comfortable walk around your neighborhood or some light gardening. Walking your dog, doing a few simple chair exercises while listening to music. This is what researchers call a synergistic effect. That's simply a scientific way of saying 2 healthy habits working together produce better results than either habit by itself. Healthy foods support your circulatory system. Gentle movement after meals supports blood flow and helps your body utilize those nutrients more effectively. Together, they create a more powerful effect than either habit alone. This is incredibly important. Don't think of these 5 fruits as occasional treats or indulgences. Think of them as part of your daily routine, just like brushing your teeth, just like taking any medications your doctor has prescribed, just like watering a plant. Small actions repeated consistently produce results that occasional big efforts simply cannot match. How much should you aim for daily? Aim for about 1.5 to 2.5 servings of fruit per day as part of a balanced diet. For example, 1 cup of berries, 1 to 2 cups of watermelon, half a cup of pomegranate seeds, 1 cup of grapes, and 1 orange. You don't need to eat all 5 fruits on the same day. A reasonable rotation might be 3 different fruits per day, cycling through the 5 throughout the week. This approach ensures variety while remaining manageable. If you have diabetes, kidney disease, or another medical condition, your healthcare provider may recommend different portions. Always follow their specific advice. When do people usually expect to see results? Many expect changes within 3 days or 1 week, but that's not how your body actually works. Think of improving your circulation like growing a garden. You plant seeds today, you water them every day. You don't wake up tomorrow expecting a full harvest. Improvement doesn't work that way. With consistent, healthy habits, many people begin noticing improvements in their overall energy and well-being over several weeks. Some people notice changes in 4 weeks. Others take 8 to 12 weeks, and there's no guaranteed timeline. But patience is actually one of the most powerful parts of this process. Think of it exactly like taking a daily vitamin. You don't expect one vitamin to change your life overnight. Its value comes from taking it consistently over time. Healthy eating works in precisely the same way. Your body responds to patterns, not to isolated events. Here's what I most hope you'll remember long after this video. Your goal isn't perfection. Your goal is progress. If yesterday wasn't your healthiest day, that's completely okay. Start today. If you missed a walk this morning, take one this evening. If you skipped fruit yesterday, enjoy some today. Small improvements repeated over months and years add up in genuinely meaningful ways. I've seen many men over 60 regain confidence and vitality not because they found a miracle, but because they became genuinely consistent. They chose healthier meals day after day. They stayed active. They slept better. They worked with their healthcare providers to manage blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol. Over time, they didn't just feel physically healthier. They felt more like themselves again. More confident, more energetic, more capable. And that's what I want for you. Not false promises, not overnight miracles, real lasting health built one healthy choice at a time. Your circulatory system is listening to your choices right now. It's ready to respond, it's ready to rebuild. It's ready to become more efficient and more capable if you give it the right materials and the right consistency. These 5 simple fruits provide those materials. Your commitment to daily habits provides the consistency. Together, they can help restore the energy, confidence, and vitality that make life truly worth living. Start today. Pick one fruit, make it part of your tomorrow, then make it part of the day after that. And watch what your body becomes capable of when you finally give it what it's been asking for all along.